Hello. Good morning, everybody. Apologies for being a little bit late. The stream went a little bit long last night. It's tough to get 8 hours of sleep in between in a 9-hour window. My bad. Alright. So. Let's go. Let's jump into Minecraft. Saturday, Minecraft day. Let's do this. Morning, Geeson. How are you? You haven't even begun to dig into the surface of this for Starbase. I just used the bolt gun to take apart the reactor, rotate a part around, and add some more bits, all outside of the editors. Yeah. 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 I know. That game is pretty freaking good, dude. Alright, let's jump in. Guten Morgen. Guter Gliefen, Glaufen, Loben. Dun, 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 dun. Oh, nice. This looks freaking awesome. Lenprod did a great job here. I went to bed after you got wrecked out in the Enduro. What happened after? I went and I got pizza. I know Dino you asked too. I went and I got pizza because Brimo bought pizza, so I went and got pizza. And then I sat there and I tried to race again, and I got really annoyed that I couldn't race again. So I did something I haven't done pretty much ever. I didn't stop the stream. I just kind of went off stream for 5 minutes and just needed to, like, reset. And then I reset and came in and put down a really fast lap. I came in dead last. Yeah, but hey, it's alright. It's okay. Could be worse. Hey, how are you doing? I'm good, Tiggs. Mind it? No, I don't mind. 32 Winthrop Street. Okay, let me check. You want to build a new building? Sure, absolutely, man. "32 Winthrop Street." Wait, are we in Everett or are we in Boston? Let's try that one. There's a lot of Winthrop Streets. We're in Bunker Hill here. This? You want to build a church? Or the fire station? Or is this not the right Boston? This isn't Boston. This is Charlestown. No, just the two buildings behind it. You want to build a 3-decker? The 3-deckers right here? Yeah, go ahead. Sure. Dude, you know what's crazy to me, Tiggs? Bunker Hill is super gentrified. Yeah, it's kind of weird. Like, look at how nice the brick buildings are. This place was not like that when I was growing up. It was not like that at all. I'll pick up a plot and start making out the foundation. Put them... Dude, we need more buildings down here. You know what you should do, Tiggs? Build a row of those buildings in here. Build all of Winthrop Street right there. Full stop. Like, take this stack of buildings right here, those two, the fire station, all this, the one with the 3-decker with the bay windows, and then this brick building. Put that right there. Was it like that in 1776? Not really. DV, this Charlestown is old, but it's not the oldest part of the city. These were built in the 1800s. Some of them were here. It's really easy to spot which buildings are British, like which buildings were made under British, I'll say under British occupation. That's not really the right way to say that, but it's really easy to tell. Some of the churches were there. The churches are old. All the churches in Boston are very, very old. But you can tell which buildings are British. It's buildings that do this. See that right there with the roofs? That's a dead giveaway. And then you have the more colonial architecture, which is this. Yeah, you can really see the difference. Like, see these? Those were probably there. Here, let's take a look. Let me see. You can tell what's old and what's not. No. Maybe. But see, they're restoring them. It's getting harder to tell. They restore all the damn things. They clean up the bricks and they maintain the brickwork and stuff. So it's kind of hard to tell what buildings are old nowadays because they fix all of them. That's what I mean about it being gentrified. But see, hey, look. See the granite work? See the granite work's coming apart right there? That's an old building. I'm not sure how old, but it's old. But a lot of this was an open field during the Revolutionary War. I know that because there was a battle here. One of the first big battles of the Revolutionary War was right here. It started out in Concord over here. No, a little more north. It started out here. It's weird looking at it upside down. So between Lexington and Concord, right here, near Hanscom Air Force Base, kind of. And then Paul Revere did his ride down here. You can see the road right there. And the road goes into Cambridge and Charlestown, right? And the American revolutionaries, the American side, we were stockpiling right here, and the Brits were garrisoned across Boston Harbor, on Copp's Hill right here, and they had cannons that were shooting across the bay at the American kind of garrison over here. And that's why the Bunker Hill Monument was here. It was the first big battle of the Revolution. The Brits were shooting at them with cannons, and then they sailed across, and then they basically surrounded the Americans here and tried to choke them off. And they did. We ended up losing. But these guys up here were they took out a ton of Englishmen. Like they took out a lot of redcoats. And yeah, that's why that Bunker Hill Monument is there. Don't fire till you see the whites in their eyes. Hey, Redlocks, who won? Geese, you guys took that one. I mean, you kicked their tail. It's just a bunch of farmers with some cannons. Or not. We didn't even have cannons. Like, dude, they had to save their ammunition. That's why they said don't fire till they see the whites of their eyes, because it's a freaking musket. It's not gonna do it. Like, a musket is useless past like 30 feet. The accuracy exponentially falls off. So, in order to make sure their shots counted, they waited until the redcoats marched right up to them, and you know. Yeah, and then that's where it started, dude. And then, yeah, freaking, you know where that goes from there, America. Kicked your butt until the French turned up. What are you gonna do? French. What do we want? What do you want? It's the French. Nobody's expecting the French Inquisition. No, yeah, the American, we got our tail handed to us there, but we were a pretty big thorn in your side. But hey, that's all in the past. I mean, Gießen, for what it's worth, the old state house, the colonial state house over here, and the reason why I'm into this is because we're building buildings in Minecraft. guys. So the reason why I'm showing this is that where is it? Where's the old State House? So there's Scully Square right there. Government Center guy. I'm a little turned around. Yeah, go figure. Yeah, it should be in here. It's like tucked away. Yeah, see it in there? The old State House still has the OBE on it, which I think is hilarious. The lion's still up there, for what it's worth. It's kind of strange. You just got back from the Udvar Hazy Center? Heck yeah, man. Yeah, Ethan, look at this. What the hell? Just never took it down. It's still there. All right. Yeah, that's the Colonial State House. Yeah, War Prize, I guess. Weird, man. You'd think they would have taken that and been like, nah. And then Faneuil Hall right here. Faneuil Hall Marketplace is where the Boston Massacre happened. And then right here is one of the super old parts of the city. And then most of it has been bulldozed, but some of it right here near the Holocaust Memorial is, now see these ones, DV? These buildings are very old. Very, very old. This is some of the oldest buildings in the city. Look at them. It looks like a freaking movie set. And I live here. I mean, this was just... The Union Oyster House was just another building to me until I went to other parts of the U.S. when I got older. I was like, wow. Oh, I thought buildings just looked like that. Oh, yeah, Redlocks. It's a cool city to go and walk around. The architecture is cool. The architecture is one of my favorite parts of the city because you can get anything from British colonial right here. I mean, this looks like a street in London, for Christ's sake. And then you turn around and you get the State Street Pavilion, which is glass. I think this has more character, to be honest. Yeah, there's tons of history, man. You want to learn about the Revolutionary War? Yeah, Marshall Street right there. Yeah, it's one of the oldest parts of the city. That's actually a street. Like, look, it's a street. It's cobble. They never changed it. There are some parts of the North End that still have cobblestone streets, too. But once again, over time, a lot of this stuff got demolished, which really sucks. But the North End is one of the oldest parts. The Old North Church right here. One if by land, two if by sea. Yeah, that's that. That's still there. There's actually a monument to Paul Revere right there. Yeah, and then Paul Revere's house is in here somewhere. There it is. There you go. Yep, they kept Paul Revere's house. It looks a little strange in the middle of a city, but you take AP American history. Hey man, Builder, yeah, he ain't perfect, but there's a lot of pretty cool history there. Yep, see, cobble streets. In Ciao Bella. The North End nowadays, so it was one of the oldest parts of the city, and there was a British garrison here, right? And then later, like during the Civil War and during Reconstruction, freed slaves settled here. And then in the late 1800s, early 1900s, all the Italians settled here when they came from Italy. So if you go down Hanover Street, this is a part, dude. This is a part. If you go to Boston, you got to go to the North End, right? The food is freaking amazing. If you look down part of here, it's all the corner store guy. No, it's all freaking Italian restaurants. You're actually related to the guy that lit the lanterns in the Old North Church. Cool. Yeah, it's Little Italy over here. Look at this place. pastry shops, espresso, and this isn't like, hey guys, we're Italian. They're not like me, like of Italian descent. There's actual Italians. Like, yep. And there's a CVS. Yeah, it's pretty awesome, dude. Pretty awesome. You want good food, right on Hanover Street. You'll find whatever you want. Any good Italian food is there. But anyway, yeah. Tiggs, build that stuff up there. Let's do this. All right. Gonna park at the corner store? Yeah. Yeah. Are you watching Le Mans? I actually don't have it up, someone, but I'll put it up here. I'm sure I could get it going. Oh, somebody. How Italian are you? Maca? Ooh, so, yeah, something took a dump. What, what channel is it on, someone? Is it on, it's currently under safety car. It's on Motor Trend? Ew. Gross. I'll have to get it up in a second. Need some help today? Oh yeah, sure, we'll figure out something. DV, this building's looking kind of sus, by the way. Dude, wicked. Lunprod did all the elevator shafts and stuff. Oh, that's so cool. Okay. Hey, Newton. You can get it via Discovery Plus and watch Eurosport free without commercials. Okay. Give me 1 second. Why is it exclusively on Motor Trend? That's so stupid. Subscribe to this, do that, subscribe to this. Yeah, you guys clue me in. I don't feel like jumping through hoops for Motor Trend right now. Good morning, Krusty Crew. Oh, sick, man. See DMs. Oh. Yeah, do it, someone. It's fine.
Discovery, go at throttle up.
Hey, Taradra. Rimworld. Rimney World. Builder, we gotta find something to do. Happy Saturday. Yeah, you too, man. Last run before home time tomorrow. 2 weeks off will be great. Cool. I have a very cringe story. So today at the museum near the Mercury capsule, I heard a lady tell her child that was the capsule that Alan Shepard flew to Mars in. Alright. I love your history side tours. I learn a lot. Oh, right on, man. Yeah. History is important, dude. Super important. Gotta understand. It's quintessential to understanding how humans work. It's also pretty fun, too. The entirety of history can be boiled down to screw you. No. No, no, no. Screw you. No, no. Screw you. Alright, we're gonna fight now. That's literally the entirety of history. It's pretty funny, actually. Hey, Arctrek, what's going on? Do you know the... No, Builder, fill that one in. Yeah, you can fill that in, dude. Yeah, it's literally that, but in different languages. FYI, I love the Starbase vids. Oh, alright, cool, yeah. It's a good game. Or not. It's a good game. It's a fun game to play. Yeah, I think we'll fill in these floors here, except for the center elevator shaft. Yeah, someone, that's fine. This will work. Yeah, Tessa, no, it's all good. We got this under control. Got this under control, man.
Win, but it is part of our...
Alright, sweet. Thanks, someone.
Discovery, go and throttle up.
Star Trek with a 4-monther. Alright, let's get andesite and we'll start filling in this floor. That's a good thing to work on today. See if we can get all this done. Terracotta. Alan Shepard was the actor that played Hawkeye in MASH, right? That show, that was real cameras in Vietnam. Ooh. Ooh. I might just build that space semi from Cowboy Bebop. Well, you can't hitch a trailer, dude. That's the problem. You can't hitch a damn trailer. Oh, there's some andesite. We're gonna need more andesite, though. Here, let me fly over to Yotel real quick. You got 2 chests of andesite. DV, I don't know, man. I think you're looking kind of sus, to be honest with you. I think you're looking kind of sus. That's very, very sus. That's just the letter with an A, nothing to see here. Right. Shut up, Yarg. Shut up, Yarg. I'm not getting good audio from Minecraft. Hold on, let me, do we need slabs? No. Cobble, here we go. Oh, jeez. Wow. Tessa, that Aston really, really hit that wall. Going, it's pretty hard, actually. Damn. Yeah, that's the end of that. Yeah, DV, if you could just go ahead and give me that andesite, that would be great. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I'll just put that in there. Just cleaning up the inventory here. Dear Tay, have enough space, have enough space? Yeah, son. Shut up, Yarg. What's the story about this server? Slumby, this is a community build server. This is just people in the community, man. We're building a city, and it's a city that's centered around the shipyard. So we got a bunch of ships out in the shipyard, and then we have a shipyard for shipbuilding, and then there's going to be an intermodal container area over here, and then we've been building out the city for it. Yeah, the crazy part about this, dudes, is everything's built in survival. No, there's no creative here. You want to build buildings? Mine the damn resources. There is pit mines underneath here. See them down there? They go on long way in every direction. See, they're still over here, still over there. Yeah, we do a lot of mining. We do a lot of terrain leveling. A lot of pier filling in. We're basically leveling out this swamp right now. You can see it. We level mountains too. We just, yeah. We want resources. We got stacks of them out there. You can just level everything. Yep. I've completed the parking for my building. Now I'm just farming bone meal for all the white dye I'm going to need. I have some, or there should be some in the community stores, but I might have some over here. Yeah, that's crazy. I should have some white dye in here. I thought I did. Come and find me, Kick. I have, I'll leave that there. Here. Alcohol Pro Charge Dragster, 434, 160 in the quarter mile. Oh, you're way over there. Okay. Yeah, we're on the new version, Panta. Ah, man, I really wish I did better. Okay. I really wish I did better in the Le Mans race last night. I did not do very well. I came in dead last. Here. There you go, pal. DB. Yeah, no problem, man. What up, Ace? Okay. There's not andesite in there. Yeah, I'll just take all of that. That should be enough. Alright, cool. Thanks, man. My stairs. Help me, I'm stuck. Don't forget to make Polish andesite. Like that. We are Polish now, yeah, smash. This is riveting content, I know. Sweet. There is a faster way. Too late now, bro. Guess you could say it's cutting edge content. Dino, I do believe there's a tax on puns in this stream. Yeah. DV, my brain is scrambled, dude. And you know why my brain is scrambled? Because I'm juggling between like 3 different games right now that I'm playing. Like there's Starbase, Kerbal. Builder, I got a present for you. Builder. Yeah, so my brain's kind of like potato. Forgot the Minecraft keybinds. You know what? Just probably do this way. Sun guy, you dead, man? Someone, you know what's cool about Le Mans? It's like running a space mission. Like that's how I get the same kind of like, it scratches the same itch as like when a mission is flying off into space with people on it, you know? I mean, you probably don't remember the shuttle too much, but this is the same kind of like, okay, we got to make sure everything's right. We got to analyze the situation and go from there. Like that's what flying shuttle missions are like. I mean, mostly because the thing broke a lot, but whatever. You get the idea. How many floors do we have? 26? There's a lot. We got a lot of work to do. Oh crap, I didn't even think that we have to light this. Do I have torches? I don't have torches. Frick! Ah, jeez, frick! I jumped off the... Really, Hillis? You jumped off thinking you could use your jetpack to float? Pickle frick! All right. Cool. What are we going to do about that? I'm gonna go down there. It's going down there. I wouldn't. What's the next project after this one? I'm not sure, Super. I mean, I'll pick another building if you wanted to start another project, dude. But, sorry about before? Sorry about what? What are you talking about? Any more details on what happened to Soyuz? It wasn't anything with Soyuz, T-man. Freaking it wasn't the rocket. Freaking satellites. Someone went wonky with the satellites. Customer assurance. T-man, anytime somebody says, yeah, we're standing down for customer assurance, that means the payload's not working how you want it to, which I think is really funny. Dmitry Rogozin went on Twitter and said, he's like, look, nothing's wrong with my rocket. My rocket's just fine. I mean, Soyuz don't scrub, okay? Soyuz don't scrub in the same way that Charlie don't surf, all right? You guys understand? Charlie don't surf, all right? Whoops. He did the same thing that Tori Bruno did during the Starliner mission, Kelly. Rocket, this is not the rocket's problem. It ain't the rocket's problem, boy. You know what? I need coffee. Oh, that car's broken. Oh, the yellow car. No, save it, save it. He saved it. Whoa, man. That was close. Hey, Airborne, what's up? Airborne, did you get my recommendation? Dude, I was racing last night. Here, I wanted to show you. Pumas, dude. Pumas are sick dress shoes. Look, here. I gotta clean it off. It's a little dusty. Check this out. So look. It looks like a dress shoe, but it's not. It's just Italian. But it's actually a sneaker. Check it out. It looks exactly like dress shoes. You want to look fly as hell, and you don't want to wear freaking New Balances? I wear New Balances too, man. But yeah, dude, check this thing out. It's pretty cool. It has a Ferrari logo on it because I couldn't afford the car, so I bought the shoe instead. Trust me, get some Puma racing shoes. Look at that. It looks like a dress shoe, but it's a sneaker. It's pretty cool, man. Those are really, really nice shoes. Do we have any plans for a sports stadium kick? Not really. I don't think we're big enough for a sports stadium. Just finished the tutorial on Starbase. So confused, yet I can't wait to dig in. Yeah, okay, the tutorial is useless. Here's what you want to do, Bright. Get the laborer out and go out and start mining. That's what you want to figure out. That's what you've got to figure out. You got to learn how to use the auction house. Learn how to use the easy ship editor, which you pretty much already did. Do some mining runs and get just a feel for the game and start offloading stuff at the start offloading materials in the auction house, dude. It's all about that ship designer. Cameron, it's pretty cool. Hey, Lemprod, are these elevator shafts the same way all the way to the top, dude? Oh, Bradley, you're in on it too? Oh, I gotta let everybody into the corp. We gotta let everybody into the company. We need to start the... We need to start the Extreme Jorts Space Association. Apparently no. Oh, nice. I also need to find some clothing. I got some jeans. What are you dressing for, Airborne? Are you dressing for business casual? Seriously? Go find some Puma. Puma's good business casual. I just sharted in your jorts? Oh, God. You don't think so, Lunprod? Okay. Maybe we should make the elevator shafts go all the way to the top. I'm pretty sure they... Why wouldn't they? Right? Like... What's up, DB? What up, Ace? Come. Do not. Do not. What do we do here? This is my building, Tars. Lunprod is helping me, though. Drummer, ahoy. Fill it in. I'm pretty sure we fill it in from here. Ugh! Actually, give me 1 second. SunTrust Plaza, Richmond, Virginia. Give me 1 second, DV. There's an interior shot of that exact pavilion, and I'll have an answer for you in a second. We're making this building. So we know that the floors go all the way to the edge. I just got to figure out what floor that does that on. This site has floor plans. Man, we're gonna look stocky as all hell. Oh, there's a movie theater in there. Oh no, well that's a conference room for developers. Yes. Where's the floor plans? Let's try this one. You know what, Limprod? If we have to, we could just copy this. Just copy this all the way to the top. EG, what time did you get up and start functioning this morning? I was up at noontime. I had some stuff to do. And I started the stream at 1:06. But I said 1 o'clock. I did say 1 o'clock at the end of the stream last night. I was 6 minutes late, and I'm not happy about it. I'm fixing that punctual thing. My goal is to have nobody say the damn late command ever. Ever. That's my goal. To quit is my goal. Nah, I'm good, X. Yeah, everything's good. Your boy did 1:30, or what is it? Not one. I did 3:34.2. I came in dead last. Still don't care. All right. We can copy this all the way to the top. So, DV, that means that the floors go all the way to the edge. So it looks like... All right, let's take a look. See the plus signs, guys? The X's and the plus signs are load bearing. This is not an actual blueprint. This is probably lifted from an actual blueprint. The crazy thing about the blueprints is that you're going to have 6 different types of blueprints for every single floor. There's going to be a blueprint for structural. There's going to be a blueprint for electrical. There's going to be a blueprint for plumbing. There's going to be a blueprint for HVAC. There's going to be a... I forget what the other ones are. Maybe phones? I don't know. I forget, dude. It's been a while. The reason I know this is because when I worked in a copy and print shop for a little while, from like 2010 to 2012, and construction workers, we had a wide format printer so we could print blueprints, and construction workers would come in, right? And, oh man, my boss hated me for this. Construction workers would come in, and they would get their plans, and I'd show them the plans, because like that's what they wanted us to do. They wanted us to present the thing to the customer to make them feel like they're wanted, right? So I kind of had a loose interpretation of that rule. So I remember a guy came in one day, little bit of a side tangent EJ story. This is a good one, trust me. Little bit of a side tangent, right? A guy came in with the irrigation plans for the rent-a-car, for the car rental area at Logan Airport. See the rental car center? Guy came in with the master irrigation plans for this. And I was like, I was printing them out, and I'm like, dude, this is Logan Airport. These are plans for Logan Airport. This is awesome. And the guy came in, he's like, yeah, I need my plans. And I'm like, here you go, sir. Here are your irrigation plans. And he's like, how'd you know they were irrigation plans? I'm like, it says it on the blueprint. I'm like, this is Logan Airport, right? They were all the irrigation plans for drainage for that huge parking garage where the car rental area is at Logan Airport. And he's like, I'm like, that's Logan, right? And he's like, yeah, it is. How'd you know that? I'm like, I kind of looked at the plans. I'm sorry. This is super interesting because I saw all the elevated roads and stuff. He faces HVAC, got him. And he's like, yeah, that's cool. Can you read? And he's like, all right, read the blueprint then. Where's the drainage going? And I'm like, okay, you have a retention area right here. That's why you planted the trees there. The guy was like, yes, yes. And I got his business, dude. He always came back to print because I was there. Because I spent like 20 minutes one day. It was more like 30, discussing the plans with the dude. Yeah, it's pretty awesome. Yeah, the guy was like super hyped that I understood the plans. It really made it like, so, dude, here's the crazy part. He must have told somebody, because another engineer and builder came in, and he was working on another building, and he's like, I heard you guys know how to print blueprints. And I'm like, yeah, I know how to print blueprints. Yeah, that's no problem. I mean, we could do it anyway. But he's like, yeah, I know. I heard guy told me you know how to print blueprints. And I'm like, yeah, of course. And that guy had the plans to the MathWorks building. You guys know MATLAB? MATLAB, like the program. The MathWorks campus is in Natick, and he had the plans to the damn parking garage. And I discussed the plans to the parking garage with the guy, because they did irrigation here, and they did a huge retaining wall for noise canceling because people's houses are next door. See the retaining wall in there? Yeah. It is freaking legit. Yeah, the Apple Hill campus at MathWorks, dude. It's right in Natick. I used to drive by it every day going to Best Buy. Yeah. Freaking awesome, dude. So yeah, these guys would always come in, and I would always be the one to show them the blueprints. And then we'd discuss the blueprints. My boss freaking hated me. Because to be fair, I did waste a lot of time. I went on side tangents with the customers like this, but that's what got their business coming back. These guys came in with thousands of dollars worth of blueprints. That they didn't figure it out that me going on these side tangents and showing them the blueprints and talking it out with them and figuring out like what's the best way to print these things got them thousands of dollars worth of money. And yeah, that's how your boy knows how to read these things. I answered your question. EJ holding up the line straight up. Okay, Airborne, what do you got, dude? All right, Limprod, let me get the second plan in there. Let me get caught up. Sorry, that was a little side tangent story. Nowadays, it's all PDF. Well, it was still all PDF at the time, O-Force, but what type of paper to print it on? I recommended print it, like, if it's a really nice blueprint that you're going to show to the customer, to print it on some nicer paper. It costs a little bit more, but, those are the really good plans. But the plans that... Get out of here, Epic. You're drunk. The scruff plans that you're going to use on the job site, screw it, dude. You don't need that being nice paper. You just print it on 20-pound paper and call it a day. Wide format 20-pound and save a couple pennies. So what if it breaks? You can buy like 2 or 3 copies of the entire blueprints for the same price as the other paper. It doesn't matter to me. We're still making money. It's not going to take any bit longer. The wide format printer was fast. So I saved these guys some cash and got them more blueprints, and that's how they ended up getting lots of money worth of blueprints. But my boss hated the fact that I would waste time with these guys. Personally, I think you were missing the point. But hey, whatever. You want to build the clientele. You want to go after the big customers that are going to make tons of money. My boss didn't think there was any money in blueprints. I'm like, ha 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 ha. Yeah, people got to build buildings though, bro. All right, Airborne, what's your question? Is that why you got fired? No, I walked out because I wasn't getting the satisfaction excessive. I did get fired from that job. That may have had something to do with it, because I'm stubborn, dude. I'm always asking, is it 1.1, you know? All right, well, I'm dressing comfortable, but it's for college classes. One, it's freezing in that school. Two, I'm always trying to get some nice clothes for dating, as I'm about to date again. One thing I want is comfortable yet stylish. Puma's a little bit on the expensive side, dude, but like I said, the stuff is nice. The stuff is nice. That's what I do, dude. But then again, I'm kind of Italian, so kind of... Anyway, Maki, you asked me how Italian I am. By ethnicity, I'm like 90%. The other 10% is the crown, and that's why I have crooked teeth. Or I had crooked teeth. I had to fix it. I did get fired from that job because they wanted to, like... Man, okay, so most of it was me being an arrogant kid. Like, let's be real. Your boy didn't always have the work ethic that I had. Like I did have a little bit of a chip on my shoulder, because that and bagging groceries was the first job that I had after college. So I went from doing like awesome CAD work, right, to bagging groceries and working in a copy and print shop, which sucked. That pissed me off. It really pissed me off. But, you know, the way to look at that isn't to blame people. Like, for me, this is for me. I know this doesn't work for everybody. The way I should have looked at that, and that's what eventually helped me get this job, is to not go and blame people for your problems. Don't blame it. Yo, the only reason you didn't get a 3D job is because you didn't try hard enough. Try frigging harder. That's my mantra, man. Do better all the time. So, you know, I had a little bit of a chip on my shoulder because I was in my early 20s, and I'm like, I graduated college, and my boss has a GED. This is stupid. I'm smarter than everybody here, which is not... You know what? Your boy learned real quick that that's not the way you keep a job. Yeah. My boss tried to get me to do something one day, and I was like, nah, this is dumb. Screw you. This is bullcrap. I hate this job. I hate you. And she's like, fine. And then she went and got the general manager, and the general manager sat me down, and he was like, I know you think you know better than everybody here. You act like it all the time. You don't. How much vacation time do you have? And I'm like, what? He's like, how much vacation time do you have? I'm like, 2 weeks. He goes, good. Leave. I'm like, all right, bye. See you later. You think I'm not gonna do it? Think I'm not gonna do it? I'm out. Later. Yeah, your boy was a little bit of an arrogant son of a gun in my younger years. Yeah, later I reflected on that and realized that is not the way to keep a job. Yeah, don't burn a bridge. Yeah, February 2nd, 2012, I walked out of that job. Yep. And then I went down to the place where I buy the Chroma pizza from. I was like, screw it, I'm hungry, I want a pizza, right? I went down there, and I was talking to my, the guy that works down there that owns the store, and I'm like, yeah, I just got canned. I was being an idiot. That was really stupid of me. I shouldn't have done that. And he's like, I'll hire you, literally the next day. Yeah. I'm like, all right. So that's how I started delivering pizzas. The bridges I burn light my path forward. Did you go to the store and buy milk and bread? No. What do you mean was? Shut up. Started a new job as a stonemason. The first 3 weeks I did nothing but grunt work. My boss later said that was on purpose to test you. Hey, my pick, what's up? Suyui 1206 extended their tier 1 subscription through September. Thank you very much. I'm going to work on a closure project of mines at my... Mr. Clutch, you're going to work on a closure project of mines at your work. Any tips on how to properly close down a mine? I don't know anything about that, dude. Formally close down a mine? Because you're a giant dork. Yeah, I mean, that's true. You're gonna, like, are we talking like in Minecraft, dude? Or are we... Any tips on how to stand out in a new job? Well, yeah, of course. Is that what you're asking? Like, I mean, dude, I don't know anything about closing down a real mine in real life. Like, that's the other thing you kind of got to learn. And I'm learning this. It's better to just say you don't know when you actually don't know and not try to be like, oh, yeah, I know that. No, don't do that. Don't do that. Someone will correct you. Yeah, someone will figure out that you're wrong. Yeah, don't do that. That's a bad idea. Don't be a know-it-all. That feeds into that whole arrogance thing. Yeah, I have it on my pick. What do you mean, Tesla? So, okay, Mr. Clutch, what you want to do, you're working on closing down a mine, all right? If I had to guess, the people that are there, that are working, are not going to be happy that you're there to decommission the mine, if I had to guess. So, be humble and get your work done. That's literally it, dude. Seriously. Showing up is the bare minimum for a job. Showing up, just being there. I could literally turn on the stream and sit here and stare at a wall. If I was on time, people would still watch. Because you guys are my boss. Because you pay my salary, right? It's not a salary, but you get the idea. If I'm on time and I'm here, being there is half the battle. It doesn't matter if you're streaming. It doesn't matter if you're doing whatever. So, do what you need to do to the best of your ability. Don't make excuses. Own the problem. If there's an issue and you know, even if you know it's somebody else's fault, go and fix it. Go and fix the thing. If this guy made a screw up on, the mine, whatever, just go and fix it. Just own it. Own that friggin' problem. Trust me, that works. So, Clutch, just go in there. Stay humble. There's, you don't know the job site. There's going to be people there that know it better than you. So, utilize that resource and get better at it. That's really, really, really important. My mom taught me at an early age saying I don't know is bad. I learned later it's okay to say I don't know. Vin, it's fine, but it's contextual, right? That's a really big context thing. Like, if someone's going to ask me a question about electrical engineering, I'm not good at electrical engineering. I'm not the right guy for that. So, it's not... I understand what your mom was trying to say. You don't want to look like an idiot. Be the master of your domain, right? Like, if you have a job and somebody's going to ask you a question at your job and you say, I don't know, well, it's your job to freaking know. But if, like, in my job, with what I do here, in this particular circumstance, if someone's going to come in here and ask me a question about something and I don't know the answer, I'll just say I don't know. Because most likely there's somebody here in chat that knows the answer and probably knows it better than I do. I'm not going to say I can't be expected to know everything in here. I know a good deal of stuff and I can answer most of the questions, but sometimes it pays to just be like, yeah, I'm not sure. I don't know. Puma website doesn't have those shoes. They're just racing shoes, dude. Literally type in racing shoes. They're the shoes that you... Airborne, it's the shoes that you would use when you're racing a car. They look like dress shoes. Okay, Limprod, yeah, I'll get to that in a second. Yeah, I don't know, but let's figure it out. That's taking ownership of the problem. In X, that's what I do. If somebody asks me a question, I'll say, chat, do we know the answer? And we learn together, instead of me teaching you. Dude, just because I'm the teacher here doesn't mean that I shouldn't learn with you. I hate teachers that have that inferiority complex. That's really annoying. And sometimes it happens to me, dude. I'm not gonna lie. I ain't perfect. Sometimes I get the, no, you're wrong, shut up! Like, but that's mostly because I'm tired and it's the end of the day. I'm like, I don't want to do this right now. Stop. All right. How many stories are we up here? But, yeah. Okay, Clutch. So basically I got an internship starting pretty soon in a mining company. I'm going to be working on a project that's about the closure of one of their mines in Australia. Okay. See, Clutch, I don't know. Part of it is having good social behavior, right? But this never fails. This is a human thing. It doesn't matter what country. All you got to do is just show initiative. Show initiative and take ownership. Take ownership of the problem. Don't be a dick about it. So get your work done and get it done to the best of your ability. It doesn't matter what it is. It does not matter. If somebody tells you to go and, like, move lumps of coal around in the mine, I don't know if it's a coal mine or not. Knowing Australia is probably not a coal mine. It's probably rare earth metals. Just go and get the job done to the best of your ability, dude. That's all you can do. And if you don't know, go and ask someone. Like, ask questions. That's super freaking important. Ask questions. Show your boss or show whoever you're working for that you want to be there. I'm telling you, 50% of the job is just showing up. The other 50%, and that's the bare minimum. That's where the bar is set. People won't fire you if you show up. And that's what I was trying to say before. Sorry, I'm going in all different directions right now. If you just show up, that's 50%. The other 50%, and like, let's say like the average person puts about 70 to 80% effort in their job. If you go to 90% effort, even 100% effort, you will go far. It does not matter the work. It doesn't matter the job. Show the initiative. Show you want to be there. Show you're interested in it. That's it. Clutch, that's all. That's all you got to do. Look, problems are going to be hard, but that's why you're getting paid. You're getting paid to, well, you're not getting paid because you're an intern, but you'll take the experience. The experience is good. Minimum expectations are even lower right now. Yeah. Dude, I'm telling you. Yeah. Zombie? Oh, well, that sucks for you. Ha! Imagine not having armor. What a turd. Yeah, Bio knows. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what country you're in. You show initiative. You show you want to be there. You show the boss you're interested in the work. Be on time. Ask questions. Work problems. Just like Gene Kranz, man. It's like a flight controller, dude. You know, Apollo 13 blows up in space. He didn't just sit there and go, well, this is dumb. Who did this? The guy that broke the seal in the Teflon tank. What an idiot. No. Fix the problem. Now. This isn't my problem. This isn't my freaking problem, but the astronauts sure are. You know? Be like Gene Kranz. Take ownership of the problem and work the problem. Work the problem, people. Figure out what's going on. Stay calm. Stay humble. It's very motivating stuff, dude. Average is not enough. Okay, be careful with that, Clutch. That's a good mantra to have. But also at the same time, if you waste too much time trying to make something right, you'll get analysis paralysis. Like, that's happened to me with some Kerbal projects before. I spent, like, Condor's pad. The Condor pad. Very good example. I didn't have any deadlines. I wanted it to be perfect. And I ended up spending 6 months designing a launch plate. That didn't work well. That didn't end well for me. People got sick of it. So I had to change that. Fortunately, it's a paid internship. Be careful with being a perfectionist, okay? That's a strength, but it's also a weakness at the same time. Perfectionists never get anything done because they're sitting there trying to perfect something. Perfect is the enemy of good, so be careful with that. But that's a good way to look at it. The way I like to look at it, Clutch, and once again, this could be different with you. It could be, everybody's different. I can only speak to what works for me, okay? You have to be adaptive, okay? There's going to be some times where it calls for perfection, like in aerospace engineering. In aerospace engineering, perfect is the enemy of good, right? But there are times where you really need to get it right, and it has to be perfect. Like a Dragon mission with people on board, right? Or a shuttle mission with people on board. You have to get it right. Being perfect pays off in that scenario. So you have to be adaptive. There's going to be times where, you know, it's going to be perfect is the enemy of good. Don't waste time sitting there. The key is allocating your time correctly and using the right mentality at the right time. But that's hard to do because it's hard to recognize the situation. You know what I mean? It's hard to... You can't teach that kind of stuff. You can't teach the, you know, this is the time where I want to be perfect, or this is the time where I just want to get it done. You have to learn to recognize that scenario. That's a real big one, dude. And that's hard to do. But you can do it, man. And you're getting paid, so screw it. Paid internship. Get in there, go gung-ho on things. Don't be arrogant. Don't be a jerk about things. Don't go in there and pretend like you know everything. That's not a good idea. Just go in there, learn, absorb, be a freaking knowledge freaking sieve. Like what I do with spaceflight. Same thing. I want to know everything about it. Everything I possibly can. Even if that means staying up till like 6 in the morning, reading SAE documents about cars and reading NASA technical resources about the X-33. Dude, I lose sleep over that stuff all the time. But, look, it pays off. But, once again, you got to be adaptive. You got to understand the situation. There's times to be perfect and there's times to not be perfect. I mean, discipline really pays off, dude. If you really own the problem and you really know what you're doing, that stuff pays off. It's just, yeah, it's really nice. You feel real good. You feel real good about getting stuff done when you're just, you know, like, it could be anything, dudes. Like, the pandemic, I'm telling you, I'm not blaming anybody for the pandemic or anything, but the pandemic, I don't know about you guys, dude. It made it harder to do daily tasks when you're sitting at home all day. It made it harder to go and like want to clean the dishes and stuff. Like, anybody? Can anybody relate to that? It made it such a pain in the butt, dude. Like, I don't want to clean the damn dishes. Whatever. What's the point? You know? But I knew because of streaming that it's really easy to get cabin fever like that, and it's really easy to just let your habits kind of, because I work from home. I've basically been on lockdown since I went full-time streaming. I spend copious amounts of hours in my office every day. And during the week, I basically don't have any time to go outside because the time where I have free time is like 2 to 3 in the morning and everything's closed. I can't go grocery shopping at 3 in the morning. I mean, I could. There's a 24-hour store around somewhere, but that's aside from the point. It doesn't matter if it's like working on your job or solving stupid problems like that. Like, just go and do it. Just be disciplined about it. Go and do it. Trust me. It's that kind of stuff. I firmly believe. I'm pivoting a little bit from the original conversation, but that kind of stuff, like doing the dishes, making your bed and stuff, it helps. That's how you keep your mental health good. Get satisfaction out of doing a good job. That's what I do. I get asked questions all the time, like, how can you just sit here for 15 hours a day? Because I have discipline. I'm disciplined to do it. Somehow I convinced my stupid caveman brain that I can sit here for 15 hours a day and it's not a big deal. Don't ask me how I did that. I have no idea. That one, I guess I just kind of kept telling myself that I can do this. And, I went from streaming like 6 hours a day, and then I pushed it up to 8 hours a day, and then we pushed it up to 10 hours a day, and then when the pandemic started, it went to 12 hours a day. And, yeah, it's just like boiling frog, but it's actually working. But it's actually doing a good thing, not a bad thing, right? The military teaches that in basic for a reason. Yeah. Yeah, well, I mean, on the battlefield, you're no plan survives first contact with the enemy. Eisenhower said that. And then Mike Tyson appropriated that quote to every good plan. Everyone has a good plan on how to fight until they get punched in the face. Same idea. You got to be adaptive. You got to learn to recognize the situation. You got to learn. Like, there's things to understand, and you can't teach that, dude. I mean, military can with basic, but not every job's gonna be like being a 0311. You know, like not every job's gonna be, you know, frontline work. I see what you mean. Thanks, really nice of you. Just head in the game, stay focused, keep an eye on those goals, dude. Stay humble, show initiative, and work the problem. Gene Kranz style, dude. Be like Gene Kranz. Be like Chris Kraft. Those guys in flight control are my heroes, dude. The NASA flight controllers, dude, that's part of the reason. I mean, that's kind of part of the reason how I did it, how I have the discipline to do what I do here. I look at those guys, and, you know, no flight controller at NASA ever just quit and got up and walked away and just said, I don't want to do this, you know, when the problems got tough. They worked the freaking problem. They figured it out. They stayed cool, and they went from there. I mean, most of them were military guys, but some of them weren't. Like, Gene Kranz is a Navy, if I'm remembering right. I forget, dude. He's still alive, man. It was his birthday the other day. But yeah, you know, those guys don't piss and moan about their problems. Those guys in Apollo Mission Control, they didn't whine about stuff. They just got it done. Just get it done. It's like, and once again, Clutch, this may not work. May not work for you. I don't know. Everybody's different. It works for me because I have a very simple mind. Freaking simple. I'm freaking smooth-brained over here, man. Which is probably why I excelled so well in the grueling world of commercial entertainment industry art. Everything has to be perfect and there's no time to fix screw-ups. Yep. Krantz was a fighter pilot. Well, let's learn together. This guy is my freaking hero, dude. No bullcrap. Work the freaking problem. Figure it the frick out. And get your boys home. And smoke a damn cigar in Mission Control to celebrate, baby. I mean, that's not Gene Kranz, but... You want that #1 victory royale? Yeah, Mission Control, we about to get down. Alright? Look, there's a rotary phone on that damn console. How the... What? A rotary phone. Freaking... What is that? What is even that? What is that for? It's a damn rotary phone. Your best. Losers always whine about their best. Winners go home and get the prom queen. Carla was the prom queen. Literally that? Yeah, that's what... Yeah, dude, that's the best quote from The Rock, dude. That's the best quote from The Rock, man. It's the best one. Alright, let's see. Gene Kranz. Let's see. St. Louis University, Parks College of Engineering, Aviation, and Technology, Bachelor's of Science, 1954. Lead flight director. Predecessor is Chris Kraft, the first lead flight director. Yep. Toledo, Ohio, Central Catholic. Grew up on a farm that overlooked the Willys Overland Jeep production plant. That's still there. In Ohio. Yeah, in Toledo. Wow, okay. Yeah, I know exactly where that is. That's cool. That's right on the highway. Or the highway probably wasn't there. His father was a German immigrant and served as an army medic during World War I. His father died in 1940 when he was only 70 years old. He was interested in space at a young age. In high school, he wrote a thesis on the topic of a single-stage rocket to the moon. I like Gene Kranz even more now. Yeah, Gene Kranz is still alive, dude. His birthday was the other day, numbed. By the way, it's a bauxite mine. Interesting. The thesis was titled The Design and Possibilities of the Interplanetary Rocket. Oh, I like Gene Kranz even more now. Single stage to the moon, though, bro? Man, that would be one big rocket. That would be a big friggin' rocket. He's got a Bachelor of Science in Aeronautical Engineering. Received his commission as a second lieutenant in the Air Force Reserve. Okay, so yeah, he's an Air Force guy. Completing pilot training at Lackland Air Force Base in Texas in 1955. Shortly after receiving his wings, he married Marta Cadena. Or Cadena. Cadena? I don't know. It probably has a squiggly N over it. Squiggly N. Or the N with the nice haircut. Wood, you know what I'm talking about. Immigrants who fled from Mexico during the Mexican Revolution. Wow. Jeez. Krantz was sent to South Korea to fly an F-86 aircraft for patrol operations around the Korean DMZ. After finishing his tour in Korea, he left the Air Force and went to work for McDonnell, where he assisted with the research and testing of SAM, surface-to-air missiles, air-to-ground missiles at the U.S. Air Force Research Center at Holloman. The Air Force Research Center, that's still there. Holloman, they test all kinds of crazy stuff out there. It's right. That's right by White Sands. That's right where Virgin Galactic launches their spacecraft into space. For a second, he was discharged from the Air Force Reserve as a captain in 1962. Cool. What a legend, dude. What a legend. That guy's one of my heroes, dude. Anyway, his book is one of the best things I've ever read. Yeah. Anybody wants to talk to, Fall, if anyone says, hey, I want to read more books about spaceflight, I'm just getting into it, read Failure is Not an Option. Yep, read Failure is Not an Option. Yep. Yeah, that's one of the first books I always recommend. I have it on my coffee table. Well, not actually, no. Failure is Not an Option is not on my coffee table. It's on my nightstand. I read it sometimes, again, before I go to sleep. That and a book about SR-71s. God damn it, I'm a loser. Holy crap. See last. What's up, dude? I'm looking for your last. We have run out of andesite. Okay, got it. See, I need brown shoes, too. I was looking at the store in person. It's less than 5 minutes from me. I just don't know what's exactly in style nowadays. Just go outside. I don't know, man. I mean, I'm not necessarily the best person to talk about fashion sense, dude. I don't have fashion sense, man. Like, there's Puma, and that's about it. Your book collection. Nice. Oh, these are nice shoes. Yeah, you can't go wrong with shoes like that, Airborne. Dress shoes will always be in style, man. I don't know if you want to wear dress shoes to college, though. You're going to be with a bunch of kids that are wearing freaking... You know what, man? I don't know either. What do kids wear in college? Converse? Is Converse still cool? Is Converse still cool? I don't even know. Me tidbit that Area 51 was chosen for the Skunk Works test base. Yeah, they tested the A12 and the SR-71 there. Chucks are still cool. I never wore Chucks. I know kids that wore Chucks. I didn't wear those. I had these. And I still have them. I don't wear Chucks. I wore the competitor to Chuck Taylor's. A shoe that was guaranteed to make a kid run faster and jump higher. PF Flyers. See why I need those nicer shoes, business casual. Yeah, that's fine, dude. Those shoes will do you right. I have my PF Flyers. They're in the closet. Kids like those? Cool. Alright. PF Flyers are dope, dude. Everyone's like, wow, where'd you get those blacked out Converse? I'm like, nope. Read last, please. What's up? To college, just wear something that looks nice, but cheap. Going to plenty of times when it'll be stepped on, spilled on, or get mud on. Yeah, that's what I mean. I wouldn't wear something nice to school. I'm not there to look good. Panda Man. There was probably one time where I gave a crap about that, but I'd probably wear exactly what I'm wearing right now if I went back to school. I don't care. It doesn't bother me. But yeah, Airborne, there you go. Yeah. I mean, Airborne, dude, it really doesn't matter what you wear. It's like, I'm serious. you know, dude, you could roll in a Carhartt shirt to a date if you really wanted to. You got to have confidence though, you know? Like, yeah, and I know you know about that, dude. TJ, what's your last, man? I'm looking for it. I'm looking for it. Did Elon make the Starship stack the largest rocket ever made in Texas because everything's bigger in Texas? Yes. I've never seen a college kid not wear Crocs. Okay, that's a little strange. All right, we need more andesite, dudes. Sweatpants and a hoodie. Yeah. Hi, Geeson. Carhartt's comfy as hell, dude. Okay, Lunprod, I'm looking at these floor plans. I'm sorry, I'm bouncing between like 20 or 30 things right now. I'm looking at the floor plans, and each one of the floor plans is obviously the same. It's just the elevator footprint kind of changes. It looks like there's express elevators that go to the top of the building. And then there's the local elevators. So that's pretty run-of-the-mill stuff for skyscrapers. They have 2 elevators. One that goes to like the first 50 floors, and then they have an express elevator that goes to like the top 50 floors on top of that. This is only 26, so I'm going to go ahead and guess that the local elevators probably only go to 13 or 12, because buildings don't have a 13th floor. I don't know if people do that overseas. Is this on the same map as the shipyard? Yeah. Yep, we're just down the street. We're building this building right here. Okay, DV, come up here. Geeson has andesite. Thanks, man. We gotta bring that stone cutter table up here, too. No, there's no 13th floor in a building, Sauce. Seriously, go into a tall building next time. There's no 13th floor. You know, it's the result of being not superstitious, but just a little stitious. The job on campus for the Veteran Center, I gotta find clothing that's business casual. Yeah, you'll be fine, dude. Yeah, just get some dress shoes, get a nice pair of jeans, and heck, you could get away with a plaid shirt there. You get away with a plaid button-down shirt if it's a nice one. Nice collared button-down shirt, dude. You'll be fine. Could be like, once again, confidence has a lot to do with it. Airborne, when it's not like the Army, dude, where you just kind of work with what you got, right? That's not how that works, dude. In the professional world, like, and I'm not saying you don't know this, but dude, you can go to work like this, as long as you're, you know, clean shaven, you know, groomed, stuff like that. You don't smell, dude. I'm telling you, that'll do you right. That you don't even. You don't have to, you know, I mean, like, if you want to wear something nice, that's fine, but its attitude has a lot to do with it. But don't go in there smelling like a frigging dumpster. Yeah, get like a polo shirt, man. Yeah, that's a good point, Pop Bear. Get a freaking polo shirt, dude. Here, like, this is just an example. It's the first thing that popped into my head because I have a shirt like this. Ah, I like that one. That long sleeve Starship shirt, though. That's sick, dude. The hoodies are cool. As much as I want the hoodies. Oh, that's sick, dude. SpaceX Moto Jacket. That's freaking money. Oh, that's cool. I kind of want it. Oh, no. Why is this turning into clothes shopping? I don't want this. Oh, where's the collared shirts? Oh, dude, no collared shirts, man. Here, premium. What's premium? That backpack is sick. Oh, no, not a good idea. Wait, mobile streaming rig in the SpaceX backpack. Damn it! Airborne, you did this. This is your fault. No, seriously, just go get a nice business polo. Papa Bear is right. That's what you should do. All right. All right, so, Lunprod, let's get back to this. What, All right, let's go over here. Okay, so that's the 17th floor. What about this one? That one doesn't say. So this is suite 1050, so that's the 10th floor. So we know that the stairwell goes all the way to the top, and the express elevators are on this side, right? Which side is this, though? So that's north is going that way. Let me go back over into Google Earth. So some girls' polos are a turnoff. All right. Look, man, if a girl's gonna judge you by, you know, your freaking polo shirt, she ain't the right girl for you. All right, so yeah, it's like I can see my house from there. My monument is completely gone now. Oh, well, that's not right. Oh, John, I forgot. Oh my God, I'm an idiot. I forgot to tell people to not build over it. We can, you know what, dude? Rebuild it. Rebuild it right there. Can you do that? Because nobody's gonna fit a building in there. I want you, if you can, rebuild it right there. You have my grace. If anybody gives you crap about it, say, well, you destroyed the first one, so build it out right there, dude. Right is towards the triangle. So north is this way, Lunprod, right? So if we go back over here. Okay, so the express elevators are triangle building side. And it looks like this is the 10th floor, and it has that. So let's check 100. This should be like the... Yep. Oh. Okay. Man, Lunprod, there really is freaking floor plans for this. We could extrapolate most of the building's design from this. Let's check out the 14th floor. Wow, that's one hell of a business suite. So the 14th floor still has the express elevators. 14er has the express, but 17 does not. All right, so let's see if we can find... That's the 11th floor. Nope. Let's check 22. 22 does not have it, but the elevator's still there. 15? 15 does not have it. 14 does. Boom. And there's the top of the elevator shafts right there. That's why the X is non-usable. And then these plus signs are load-bearing. Okay. There you go. 15th floor. Done. Hi, DV. Any tips on how to find blueprints for my building? Not having any luck. You could go and... I mean, Kick, you said it's not far from your house. You could go and look at it. Just say you're modeling it in 3D for school because I thought the building looked nice. If you have that kind of confidence, dude, you can go in there and do it. Or just go take pictures of the building. And if somebody might give you crap about why, just say that. Oh yeah, no, I thought this building was really nice architecture, and I'm making it for a school project or something. Just do that. I marked the 16th floor with the sign, but I didn't skip 13. Okay. Just say you're making it in Minecraft. I don't think they'll understand that. That's why I said school project, because once again, I don't think they'll get that. Oh, well, that was a waste of a rocket. Alright, so the stairwell is right here. And, alright, what floor are we on right now? Skylight's above. Okay. Panther. Alright, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 14, 15, 16. Okay. So right here, this one. Okay, so this is 15, but it is physically floor 16. This is where the elevators stop. So we need more andesite. Damn it. Lunprod, I'll mark it. With some staircases, just for now. That this basically should be filled in. It should be filled in here on the 15th floor, right? We should keep going with it, and then on the 16th floor, that'll be flat. And we should probably do with making the stairwell so people don't have to scaffold up here, but yeah, we'll get to that. All right, let's go check the community stores. We need more andesite. How high can you build in this game? So, Jim, you see over there the X, Y, and Z? It's in the second kind of paragraph right there. We're at, right now, my Y up is 73. Over there. It means we're 73 meters above bedrock. So in Minecraft, you have the bedrock, and then you have soil on top of it, and then you have... What the hell? Is that another bee? Oh, crap. Oh, not this again. Oh, no! Oh, well. He just flew into the wall and died. Okay, cool. Wasp! Yeah, another wasp, that's right. So we're 69 meters above bedrock right now. Nice. We can go to Y256. So we can go another 190 meters that way. So that's 600 feet. That is unbelievable. That's kind of annoying, dude, but I don't know if it was a bee. It was flying. It looks like it. I don't know if it flew through my air conditioner, dude. The thing looked like it had the damaged wing, and it was flying in circles, and then it flew into the wall and fell down. So, haven't you called an exterminator? No, you know what I did? Hey, be careful. There's a bee flying around in here. Yep, just Brimo noped out of that. No, I called the landlord, and he was like, it could be a nest. I mean, you gotta kind of have to watch out for it. It could be a nest, but we went and looked out the windows, and the ducting tape that I put on my air conditioner was starting to come off, so I replaced it, and no bees have flown in since. But I don't even know if that was a bee. It could have been a fly. I didn't get a good read on it because it was just going in circles. Yeah, Sawyer, I have it on. Brimo was like, yeah, no, never mind. I haven't seen him around. Looks like he died. Looks like he crashed into the wall. Crashed into the wall. It's a bee, man. He flew into the wall. I'm gonna go shopping. I'll see you later. All right, man. Yeah, DJ. You ate all the pizza. Yeah, I had a little bit of a bad night last night. I may have binge ate it on purpose. Sorry about that. Brutality. Oh, somebody made a drawbridge in here. Look at this. Brimo, I came in dead last in the Le Mans race last night, so I depression ate all the pizza. I'm not going to sit here and pretend like that was the right thing to do. It seemed like the right thing at the time. But now I don't know what to do for dinner. Oh. Want me to cook you something during break? I'll cook you something during break, sweetie. What do you want? Okay, we have no andesite. poop it out. I mean, Jim, I don't think Brimo wants that. Like, I've been living with Brimo for a good while. I'm pretty sure she doesn't want that. We could order more pizza. Yeah, we could always do that. We could do that, or we could go to Doba. Yeah, sure. On break, can you wait like an hour? An hour, pretty much. Hey, some people are into that kind of thing. Yeah, I mean, that's nice. I'm not. I know, Max. Don't judge. It's 2020. I mean, but that's a little strange. I'm not going to sit here. I mean, but then again, I'm a little strange. Not everybody's like obsessed with spaceflight like me. Like, that's strange. Everybody's strange. Like, I acknowledge that. You know. Like, I don't understand. I don't understand. But hey, you do you, I guess. Qdoba is a Mexican fast food chain. It's not 2020. It's 2021. No, it's not, Kyle. It is March 350,000th, 2020, bro. What are you, crazy? Check the beach project by the new residential area. Ah, very nice. I like it. Hey, all right. Yeah, this looks good. Yeah, if people want to claim these lots, you have to build a house that looks kind of like these. I want the houses to all be similar in here so it looks like suburban, but you can claim these lots. You just got to put the sign down and stuff if you want to build a house. Alright, we gotta find some andesite. Let me check the crates. There might be some crates out here. Nope. 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 Got plenty of marble. Damn it. Have you watched the Olympics? I mean, a little late for that, Clutch, but yeah. I didn't watch it as much as I would have liked because I was sleeping when the Olympics were on, mostly, and working, just like every other sporting event. Nope. I was about to say, oh, I'll check the ender chest. Actually, it's not a bad idea. Do I have shulkers in here with andesite? Nope. Sorry, I did a bunch of andesite raiding for your basement. Don't apologize. That's fine. It's called the community storage for a reason. As long as you didn't raid other people's resources, I don't care. I'll take the gravel, though. Andesite. Got gravel. Yeah, this is where we mine out everything for the buildings. Actually, this is a really nice gravel deposit. Sweet. Excellent. You picked clean all the andesite you could find here. Okay. We're gonna have to start leveling that hill over there then. Hey, Alarming Oyster, what's up? There's a hole south of the mountains with a lot of andesite. Yeah, we're gonna have to start breaking down this hill right here. What's going on here? What the hell is this? Catching powdered snow. Oh. Hey, Aaron. What's going on? Oh, man. We shouldn't do this. This is a bad habit to get into. Just leaving these things floating. We should shulker box these things out of here. Yo. Well, I'll take all the gravel. Got some polished andesite stairs. All right. What's the plan for KSP today? I think you said Space News was going to be quick. I have to go rescue some Kerbals that I stranded out in the desert, doing a recovery mission, which is going to suck, but whatever. We'll get her done today. Dad jokes, temporary storage. Alright, I won't mess with this stuff. OneWeb is launching this evening, yes? Yeah. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Actually, dad joke, if you're here, I'm gonna use the bed real quick. Oh, crap. No, I'm gonna get phantoms. No, come on. Get back to the bed, get back to the bed, get back to the bed, get back to the bed. Yes! Alright, I got the buff. Hey, Chief, what's going on? Alright, let's check the map. Let's see what we got. Yeah. Okay. So that's been picked clean. So I'm going to go check over here. SSDO crash? Oh, no. Actually, yes, but actually no, Tars. So what happened was, yesterday I was like, okay, we need to get like 200 to 300 more K of cash to really get the big SSTO working, right? And I had a crashed prototype out in the desert. There was one of the old prototypes. So we have SN10 is the one that's flying right now, and 10's fine. Don't worry about it. Oh, crap. 10 is completely okay. I remembered that we had a crashed prototype out in the desert, and I wanted to go and get it. So I sent the helicopter out, and I kind of didn't plan it good enough, and instead of like the helicopter like landing, hovering over it and trying to pick up the prototype SSTO to get it up off the ground, what I did was I landed the helicopter next to it and tried to attach to the hold down point, and that didn't work. It blew up the helicopter and the SSTO. There is still some parts that are out there that are worth salvaging, though. The shuttle engines are out there, and then there's a bunch of wings and stuff that we can get our money back for. Here's some andesite. But yeah, I stranded a couple of Kerbals out there because the helicopter broke. So we gotta go out there and do a little bit of a rescue mission today. Yeah. It's kind of annoying, but that's okay. Go more south. I found a good andesite deposit here. So, yeah, it's the old Kerbal rescue the rescuers thing, but I should have just picked the SSTO up from the top. We should have just picked it up from the top. If I had picked it up from the top, it wouldn't have cracked and strike, because that means I could have picked it up with its landing gear deployed, which I should have. I should have done that. Instead, I landed the helicopter, and it didn't work. I landed the helicopter next to it, and then I tried to get at it that way, and it, docking two vessels on a hill, not level with each other. Yeah, Kerbal did Kerbal things. As long as the Kerbals survive, though, I don't really care, because it was money that, like I already wrote it off anyway, so anything that we get out of it, any potential positives that we get out of this mission, I'll be pretty happy about. I'll just send another helicopter out there. My helicopters are autogyros, so they work kind of like V-22s, meaning they can helicopter or they can fly like planes. It's kind of like a hybrid craft. So, yeah, we'll just get the helicopter out there. And I'll pick up the stranded Kerbals and then maybe we can airlift some parts back. But yeah, I got to do a short space news because we really have to plan this rescue mission out correctly so there's no more Kraken strikes. The SSTO sitting on the coast, Tars, is the one that I'm talking about. It's on the coastal deserts on the other side of the continent. Oh, on the other side of the mountains. That's the one I'm referring to. Yeah, we blew it up. Yeah, the helicopter tried to dock to it, and the Kraken had other plans. It's because I had set the SSTO as debris, and then I set it back as a probe, and then the helicopter has a probe core in it that's a rove mate. So the helicopter was reading as a rover, and the SSTO was reading as a probe, and rover overrides probe, so it tried to orient the SSTO to the docking port on the helicopter, which was sagging because it's on robotics, and it tipped the front of the SSTO into the ground. There's nothing, I should have known better. I knew exactly what happened after it happened, but, you know, hindsight's 20/20. There is another one that's stuck on orbit. My goal today, Tars, is to get both of, well, the hulk of that one that's in the desert. My goal is getting the hulk of that one back, salvaging what I can, and getting the broken helicopter home. And then it's getting the one in space back. You know, all told, you know, the SSTO that was on the ground in the desert exploded, but this, you know, these rescue missions, the rescue mission and then the orbit salvage mission should net us about 150K. But the good thing is that the small SSTO is making us money. It's made us about, I don't know, 300-400 in this week from doing missions. I just thought it would be nice to switch it up, you know? Just switch it up to do like a helicopter rescue mission. But then I remembered how hard those missions actually are. But hey, whatever. I wanted the challenge anyway. I wanted to do something a little different. I've been doing SSTO launches almost every day this week. And that's not a bad thing either, you know? But it's 2021. Hi, serious. I know I'm not mining total andesite right now, but I like making my cuts into the terrain very precise, because I'm a weirdo. That's a nice one. Costs less than my sneakers. I thought you said you were going shopping, bro. Hey, what's up, Barrel? You're overthinking it. Just get what makes you happy. There you go. Does it inspire joy? Sauce gets it. Ah, yes. Andesite. When I mine, I also like to fill this stuff in, because I'm freaking... It's just an opportunity for a stupid mob to spawn, and I don't... I'm not going to use this cobble anyway, so might as well. Hey. Just had a OneWeb launch VOD recommended on YouTube, so I figured I'd check. It's probably from the scrubbed launch the other day. Yeah, the Soyuz scrubbed, Barrel. Strangest thing. Soyuz immediately scrubbed. They scrubbed it, and then they turned off the cast, and I'm sitting here going, yeah, that wasn't the rocket. That ain't the rocket that did that. You know? There's no way. And surely enough, there was something weird with the OneWeb satellites. We haven't heard what it was, though. Stupid mob spawns won't be an issue when 1.18 comes out. Why is that? Hi, Geeson. How much andesite did we get from there? Two stacks. They are redoing the lighting. Oh. Neat. Well, that's pretty neat. Mobs won't spawn on a block unless light level 0. Oh, well, that's pretty cool. Huh. Gotta find more andesite. Oh, look at this nice pristine terrain. So DV, you said go south, so I'll go south. I don't see any. I see a lot of stone. If you look on the map, you'll see a big hole. Oh. Oh, wow. Okay. Yep. All right. Yep. Okay. Yep. We're going over there. Oop. Something happened over on the Le Mans race. Are any beds out here? Don't have to worry about that. All right, Geeson, let's get to work, man. Let's see what we got. Actually, you know what? Before I go and pop in here, let's... Excuse me. Let's just go make sure there's none over here. Start at one end and work our way to the other. I see you, andesite deposit. This one was hiding over here. Yep. I thought it was toast for a second there. I'm like, well, this is how water comes in here. Indiana Jones, that thing. Name the dog Indiana. To be honest, I'm kind of mad that Drummer moved home and spawn. That was at my... I'm the one that told him to do that, dude. Because, like, that's... You gotta make trips, dude. Plan your trips. Like, you can't just teleport back. That kind of... Dude, that, like, waters down the fact that we're doing this in survivals. Survivals isn't plural, idiot. Okay, now I'm mad at you. Alright. Stay mad. Now go get your freaking shine box. There's more andesite. I mean, I suppose if enough people bugged me about it, maybe, but I don't... Dude, that's lame. Like, I don't want to play like that. You got a shulker and an ender chest over there. Well, hallelujah. You're my savior, man. My own personal geese in Christ. You get caught using that. Yeah, I know. You don't exist. You ever get the feeling that you're awake but you're still dreaming? All the time. It's called Kerbal Snacks. It's the only way to fly. Huh? Sorry, I zoned out for a second. Ivo, you want to join up? Yeah, okay, yeah, you got it. Sweet. Hey, look at Whining Potato Bot is here. I mean, serious. Oh, shoot. Hey, man. What version is the server on now? 117.1. This is Sierra 117. Can anybody hear me? Master Chief, you mind telling me what you're doing on that ship? Sir, finishing this fight. Dun 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 dun. Unsubbed, unfollowed, goodbye forever. No, come back. Come back. Don't leave. Don't. I love you. Fine, but I'll only stay because of chat. It's fair. Yeah, it's fair. Fair. And subways too, right? Right? Am I right? You want to stay for subways, because subways are cool. Do I have another space for another deposit? We do. Nope, no subways. Oh, feels bad, man. So we're getting andesite to keep building out the tower right now, dudes. We're building out all the floors on the tower. Lunprod, are you gonna... We have the floor plans for different floors. Do we want to... We're gonna go in there and we're gonna furnish that sucker, right? Yeah, this one can be filled in. Yeah? Hell yeah, dude. It's gonna look amazing when it's done. I really want to get those floors done by the time I go on break, so... I think I got all the andesite deposits over here. I'm still mad because I cannot find a house that I want to build my plot on. I can't find a house that I want to build on my plot. Oh. Well, that's chat's fault. We have some new lots out here. Serious, if you want to go and check out there, like, I don't know, maybe get some reference, dude. Reference, yeah, no, it's a pain in the butt because you want to find the house. You want to find the house that's good for your needs, right? But that's always a pain in the butt, dude. Yeah, sometimes it's like, I want that, but I kind of want this. Ouch, LMS Lassie got T-boned. Oof. Geeson's, mining. Yeah, see, Tessa, that's basically what happened to me when we raced last night. I was, I basically got into 2 nasty accidents and I sat the race out, you know. I have, how many empty shulks do I have? I only have 2. For the gravel. There we go. Sweet. Terracotta in there too. Nice. that back in there. Oh, cool. A subway. Yep. Serious Potato made it. Ivo. Yeah, it'll take you to the community storage if you go north. I also haven't found one design that I want to steal. I mean, bro, I don't get creative with the buildings. It's because it's easier to find floor plans. Building freehand is tough, dude. It's tough. You need reference, at least in some way, shape, or form. Keeping spare tools in there. All right, it's not time to manage the stupid inventory right now. Are we sure that Geeson is in fact qualified to handle explosives? Well, he hasn't died yet, so... I mean... Yeah? Maybe? Actually, yeah, you know what? Why am I taking polished andesite? Just leave it there. Alright, next deposit, let's go. I didn't say he was or he wasn't, Neil. I just said he hasn't blown himself up yet. So that is in fact a good sign. Right? Am I right? Alright, that's my next target right here. These two. Hello? Dude, I don't even know what this is. DV, what is... what is this supposed to be? You started school to be an architect. The fun part about using real floor plans is understanding the way things are. It's a big hole. I mean, that is not a false statement, but also that doesn't really help. I didn't make it. Are there any signs on this thing? I don't... Allah! Oh! Allah! Oh! The llama doesn't know anything. I tried talking to him. He doesn't know. I mean, I'm not sure, like, okay. We're right here, and I'm not sure what somebody was trying to do with this, and I'm not sure why there's a big channel right there. Are there any signs around or anything? Oh. There is something over here. Let's go take a look. Obviously did not finish school to be an architect. Well, Jason, you would have been a good architect. Cat Kings. Okay, so this is all Cat King's personal reserve. I won't mess with it. Just wondering what he's doing. Cat, are you here? I mean, this is impressive if you did this by yourself, dude. Jason, you know what you would be a really good... You know what you'd be really good at? Driving around a Buick GS. Picking up what I'm laying down? I think you'd look really good driving around one of those. Let's fix it. And we should fix that, and we should do it on stream. Boss, last two. She's still trying. What's up, Tessa? And she's still trying to get the car going back to the pits. What a trooper. Last he spun the car on the Mulsanne in the rain, then got T-boned, and then while driving to recover, it got T-boned again, and then while driving to recover again under the safety car conditions, only 50 miles an hour. It could have been much worse. Damn, dude. That's so too. I wasn't so good at it at 20 when I wrecked it. I still hunt every now and then for a good 455. I'll find you one. You know where my other gray shulker went, EJ? Nah, I didn't touch him. I don't touch other people's shulkers, dude. I mean, Tessa, that sounds like what happened to me yesterday in our race. I got hit by somebody that spun out, damaged the car, and then went into the pits on like the first lap. You know, because I'm like, okay, I'll just repair now because it's a long race, right? Better now than crap. Better now than later, right? And I'll just leave that andesite there. That's not worth it. And then as soon as I got out of the paddock, dude, I passed another car, messed the car up, drove 9 laps with the damaged car, you know, and then I finally went into the pits. I had to go into the pits for gas, right? So I got gas and tires in the pits, got out, nice fresh car, you know, and I got out of the pits in traffic. And a car in front of me spun out again, literally the same place at Tetra Rouge, and there's nothing I could have done. The track gets narrow after you go through Tetra Rouge, so if you catch the sausages, the car's gonna spin because you're gonna upset the suspension. And don't get me wrong, it wasn't the driver's fault. Like, yeah, and I immediately destroyed the car, no headlights, and I just I went back to the garage. Yeah, it was not a good. I did not have a good 24. Lasky seems to be having the same kind of problems. EJ said sausages. Well, Sawyer, I got really annoyed, but I was trying to. I was a little salty about it, and then I was just like, you know what? Like, being salty about it wasn't helping at all. So I just kind of went off stream and did a Happy Gilmore. I went to my happy place, and I was like, you know what? I just got to shut the hell up and drive the damn car. Just shut up and drive. Like, just shut up and drive the dang thing. And I ended up putting one of the fastest laps down. I still came in dead last, but you know, A for effort, I suppose. Like, predominant beat me. That's how bad I did. It was not good. It was not ideal. But it's okay. I mean, you know good and well how difficult it is to pick yourself up out of a hole like that, especially when you get pissed off at racing. It's really hard to dial it back in. But I managed to do it 15 hours in on the stream last night and put down a, what was it, in an LMP2 car, I put down 334.2, which is pretty quick. That's pretty fast. I was pretty happy with myself. Pretty happy with my performance there, even though I came in dead last. If I could have just had that pace for the freaking, if I could have just had that stupid pace for the freaking, for the whole race, it would have been great. But that's what makes Le Mans difficult. Le Mans, not Le Mans. That's what makes Le Mans difficult. Le Mans. Yeah, it was pretty embarrassing. So I don't know what Cat King is doing down here, but there's mass andesite, so I'm just going to make sure I fill in what I take, because he clearly flattened this for a reason. I don't want to go mess up whatever he's doing out here. It's an impressive project. I don't think Cat King is here right now, but jeez, dude. He leveled this stuff all by himself. That's damn impressive. But then again, I haven't seen Cat King in here in a little while. Dude, it's funny, because as a streamer, like, you know what I was just thinking? I haven't seen Cat King in here, but it's entirely possible that I got him addicted to Minecraft. That's one of those things you have to kind of weigh as a streamer. Are you going to get people addicted to a game, you know? I think I did that with Starbase. I got a bunch of people addicted to it, and now I feel really bad about it. I don't want your dang lemons. What the heck am I supposed to do with these? Demand to see the lemons manager. Green, you know how every once in a while, like when Satisfactory came out, dude, how I was like, if you have something important to do, don't play this. Starbase is that times 4. It's literally more addicting than Satisfactory or Factorio. Breaking news in NASCAR. I think this might be filled with water. Oh, okay. In-car shot. I missed it, Tessa. What's that, Bandit? Jesse Iwuji partners with the NFL Hall of Famer Emmitt Smith to form full-time Xfinity team. Hey, cool. All right, sweet. Do you still play that game where you're the mechanic that drinks beer? My Summer Car, Sauce? My Summer Car is in the bullpen right now, so it's not on my roster, my rotation. I always, if you know baseball, games, I have games like pitchers. I have pitchers, I have relief, I have main games, right? Starting games. There's, you know, relief pitchers, and then there's closers. Like racing, the racing games are closers. They're my closers. They, you know, don't blow the save. I blew the save last night, right? Summer Car is in the rotation, but it's not. Actually, I shouldn't say it's in the bullpen. That wouldn't be a correct analogy for baseball. Summer Car is on the DL right now. That would probably be the right way. It's still on the team, but it's just on the DL right now. I played the game for like 5 years straight, and then I just wasn't having fun with it. And then I did change my schedule up to do the quarantine streams during the pandemic. Once again, not an excuse or anything. Like, that's dumb. So I ended up taking it out of the rotation, and yeah, I don't have any real desire to play it. And don't get me wrong, dude, there's been times where I was like, yeah, I don't really have any desire to do this or this or this, and then the next day I was like, yeah, you know what, I want to play this today. Like Beam. I didn't play Beam for the longest time, and then out of the blue, like a couple months ago, I was like, yeah, I want to play Beam. Let's play Beam. I want to play a lot of Beam. I like working on cars in Beam. Let's play Beam. And we did the hill climbing series, which is fun. You know, so Summer Car might come back. It probably will. I'm gonna say yes more than no. Yeah, Beam gets constantly upgraded, Forlorn. That's right. It's a really good game. They've really done a really good job with that thing in the past couple of updates. I really enjoy it. Them fixing the tire physics. Oh man, it's actually a pretty damn good sim. Beam is quickly becoming one of the most realistic simulators. Like car simulators. I'm serious, guys. It's really good. What will come? You playing MSC again, or playing World of Tanks for the first time with you? Oh, jeez, Sneaky. You only like tanks because of girls in Panza. Don't lie, you dang weeb. Actually, no, it was a joke, but yeah, okay. It didn't land very well. Played World of Tanks back in 2012. I don't know, man. Sneaky, the problem... Dude, I'd love to play World of Tanks with you. Or I'd love to go back to playing World of Warships. The thing about playing those games is that there's pieces of crap that stream snipe you. Like, and I'm not, like... It's not like I'm being targeted or anything. Like, I just... Yeah. There's just people that just go straight up after you. Like, we would play with a bunch of players, right? I'd play with a bunch of people from the stream, and if they got on the enemy team, all they would do is try to shoot me. And yeah, that's fine, I guess, but and it probably is on me to get better at the game. And I know World of Tanks would be the same way, because I know World of Tanks is even crazier than World of Warships in terms of like competition. People take World of Tanks super seriously. I don't know if I want to do that on stream, dude. It wouldn't make for very good streaming content if any time I show my face on the map, every like 6 or 7 people just try to shoot at me. I play for fun. Well, yeah, I know. Yeah, War Thunder's cool. I played in the beta for War Thunder once upon a time. Oh, great. Caves. Got a nice gravel deposit though. Plug the hole. Giggity. Linprod, just watch out below you. I'm digging out the andesite below you, okay? Don't dig down. You'll fall. You will fall. Down in, break your leg. Everybody want to see me break an egg. But I don't. But I like fried rice. I probably shouldn't sing that. Hi, D-Pick. There's plenty of weebs in chat. Serious? Oh, crap. Oh, crap. Oh, okay, that's just Geeson blowing something up. Dude, that scared the crap out of me because I went into the cave. I'm like, oh no, it's a creeper! Oh, there's water in the exhaust! Oh! That scared the crap out of me, legitimately. I jumped. I'm like, uh-oh. You're safe. For now, typo. Dude, you gotta stop doing that. You gotta stop doing that. Scared the bejesus out of me. Neo, you scared the bejesus out of me. Do I have a safe for storing nuts? Is this a D's nuts joke? Am I about to get gottomed? Could always give this a go. Oh, stop doing that! Oh, you idiots! That's it, dude. It's getting me every time, dude. I hate caves in this game. It's like BattleBots and Lego all in one. I have enough games in the rotation, dude. Dude, people are recommending games left and right, and some of these games that people are recommending are awesome. Like, I want to play all these games, Tessa. I literally don't have enough time. I don't know how to say that any better, you know? I was on a real BattleBots binge for a month. I just never found BattleBots were cool. I liked it when it was first a thing, right? But it got kind of, all right, that's cool. I'm gonna break it. Okay, break things. I don't know. I hope Cat King doesn't get pissed that we took the andesite. BattleBots, that's neat. I can see why people would binge that stuff. It doesn't do much for me. It did stuff for me when I was a kid, when I was younger. Like, I liked it just like everybody else. Only true bits remember Robot Wars. What about Junkyard Wars? Junkyard Wars. You gotta bodge something together? They have to bodge something together. I think they called it something different. I think they called it something different in the UK. I think it was called like Scrap Heap Challenge or whatever. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, Scrap Heap Challenge was cool. That was a good show. Actually, Tessa, did you guys get Monster Garage over there? I remember Monster Garage. Monster Garage with Jesse James. That was like one of the things that got me into cars. Like a long time ago. Once upon a time. The Barley Pickers, yes. Love the truck trike? Yeah. That's cool. Alright. Remember, dudes, we're just here for andesite. We're not strip mining. Okay. Junkyard Wars was inspired by the Apollo 13 CO2 scrubber scene. Cool. Okay. Let's go find more andesite stacks. Serious, where are you going? Monster House? Ugh. Monster House? Nah, hard pass. I remember, I would always watch Monster Garage, and then when that stopped, it was American Chopper, and then I realized that I didn't want to see grown men fighting with each other all the time over stupid stuff, and then it was Overhauling after that, and then that was in like 2008, and that's when I figured out Wheeler Dealers, what Wheeler Dealers was. I started watching that, and Top Gear. Started watching that. Yeah, just kind of spiraled out of control from there. Watch a lot of car shows, man. Just fire your son and throw a chair. The forlorn. Look, like I'm, Mr. Muscle Car, and I like fighter jets and America and all. Like that show was too much testosterone for me. Like, and like that's bad. That's ridiculous. Like it's like, oh, so mad over these things. Look at how strong we. It's like, oh, okay. Alright, this is a little much. I'm just sitting there going, this is fun. Nope, I don't want to watch this anymore. I just want to watch people work on cars. I really don't care about your problems. It's Orange County, New York. Oh, so you're perpetuating that kind of behavior? Is that what you're telling me? I'm looking for andesite. There's no andesite around here. Yeah, American Chopper was really good when they focused on the builds. And then there was American Hot Rod with Boyd Coddington, which was pretty good too. That was a great show. Yeah, when they started focusing on the drama, that's when I just really didn't care anymore. Drama sells. You know what the funny part is, Kyron? No, it doesn't. Not with the car crowd. Seriously. It really doesn't. All the car crowd wants to do is see people work on cars. You can literally have a show with no drama at all, and people will watch it. Favorite Top Gear episode? Oh, good question. The first Top Gear episode I ever watched was in 2008, and it was a special. It was the special where Jeremy Clarkson drives the new Skyline. It was new at the time. The R35 Skyline across Japan, and James and Richard take the train. It's one of my favorite episodes. Someone needs to tell the Motor Trend executives, oh, Electron, just freaking shoot me, dude. It's so annoying that freaking Roadkill got hung up with that stuff. I just want to see people work on cars. And even then, you know what I've noticed? It switches, like, there's a new trend that I've noticed with car shows. The new trend with car shows is, look at how much fun we're having with this car. That just isn't... Look, if you buy one of these, you can have fun too. It's just like that. I don't... alright. Are you old enough to remember Shady Tree Mechanic on Hot Rod TV? I recognize the name, Hillness, but no. Yeah, it's look at how much fun we're having. You don't need to spend a lot of money to have fun with your muscle car. It's like, all right. We were just talking about Scrap Heap Challenge, Luke. We had it over here. Over here it was called Junkyard Wars. And yeah, it's a great show. I watched that show a lot as a kid. That's when Discovery Channel was really a #1 victory royale. We got a #1 Junk Heap Challenge Royale. I'm looking for andesite. I don't see any. I fell in the cave. Junkyard Wars. I don't know why they changed the name, but whatever. I think we got all these andesite deposits. So the map is telling me that there should be one right over here. Yep, Geeson took care of that. Back when Mythbusters still aired. Mythbusters was, yeah, I mean, see, look, like Mythbusters didn't have any drama. It was just, let's do science. Okay, we did our experiment. Does it work? Yes. Does it work? No. Okay, we did our experiment. Blow it up. They did that for years, and it was awesome. No drama. Just, all right, if it doesn't work, blow it up. Okay. The lead balloon. I remember that, Sneaky. The lead balloon. Yeah. The lead balloon. That's what started it. Oh, wow. Dude. Yeah. The friggin' lead balloon. Yeah, no, what a great show. No bull crap. No drama. Just people working on figuring out if physics works. Figuring out if physics still works. Using the scientific method. And if it doesn't work, blow it up. Great freaking show. Freaking jackpot, man. Yeah, see, like, that's the reason why I liked Wheeler Dealers for the longest time, because it was just a guy buys the car, a guy fixes the car, literally shows himself fixing the car, and then they sell the car. That's it. And Tessa, you got me hooked on Ed China's damn channel, you absolute plonker. That just doesn't sound right. You absolute plonker. Yep. Frickin' Ed's channel where he's working on the Land Rover. It's just, or that Range Rover. It's just old school Wheeler Dealers. That's it. Ed's my guy, Geeson. You know why? Because whenever he releases content, it's literally just him working on something. I like Ed a lot. Wheeler Dealers is one of my favorite shows, dude. I've watched more seasons of that than I care to mention. Because, once again, it's just Ed, Mike turns the car, and Ed works on the car. And then when they switched to Ann instead, I stopped caring. But Ed has a YouTube channel now where he's like, yeah, I'm just going to work on cars in my shed. It literally is the production team from the original Wheeler Dealers. If you go and watch his YouTube channel, it's like watching old school Wheeler Dealers. It's my favorite. Yeah, Tessa, it's kind of good. Yeah, gotcha. Anything else down here? Any other andesite? Yeah, here we go. Actually, I'm pretty close to full. Nice. Don't want somebody to turn this corner and get shafted. I know you're a Doug fan. Yep. Yeah, I like Doug. Doug's alright. Some of the things he says about cars are really funny. My favorite thing about Doug is when he doesn't understand why something is there. He's like, why is this here? This makes no sense. I don't know why this is here, but they put it there anyway, and I don't understand why it's there, but I'm just going to say it's dumb anyway. That's my one thing with Doug. Other than that, I like his channel. I watch all the stuff. I watch all of his stuff. His most recent He was on the most recent episode of the WVFRM podcast with Mark Ass, okay? Yeah, I would want Fortnite and Mark Ass Brownlee. Oh, that's hot. I demand more Doug interpretations from EJ. Well, I'll sit here and I will give you an interpretation of the man himself, and I will sit here and I will talk like this for the rest of the stream and then give the stream a Doug score. What's that, Thomas? Tomas. Proof Rock 2 is alive in Tejas. In Texas? Very good, Builder. Thank you, sir. You do that, and I will personally swim across the entire ocean and come over there and kick you square in the crotch. I give this stream a 0 out of 10 in the comedy category. So, Doug usually underrates stuff. If it's a really fun car to drive, he'll come up with a reason why it's not fun to drive. So, a low score in certain categories is actually a compliment. Thank you, Sirius. Here.
Was incredibly rare on supercars back then.
And still is.
You better not try to go anywhere with one of these, because it won't go anywhere. It has a turbo V12, and less than one of these were built for the entire planet. Unfortunately, today, I'm gonna get it out on the road and crash it, and then I'll sell it to you through
Cars and bins for $158,000?
Don't you dare. I know what you were trying to do. Don't you dare do that. Can you please show us the docks? Sure, Mapoko. Yep. I'm going to sell it to you through cars and bids. The driving characteristics are smooth as butter, and it's easily the best car I've ever driven on drivability, so I'm going to give it a drivability score of 2 out of 10. Yeah, no, I still like his videos. I'm not trying to give him crap. Doug's cool, and he gets people excited about different cars and stuff, which is pretty cool. That's pretty neat. And the Model S Plaid is frigging insane for what it's worth. All right, I think we have. I think we have enough here. Well, I don't know if it's enough to finish the floors, but we'll see. That's full of gravel. Okay. Cars on bids for $158,000. The Model S Plaid is insane, but stockless is dumb. That's just the, next best thing, consume this Silicon Valley thing going on there, Bram. It is what it is. It's cool. The yoke is... I'm telling you, man, someone's gonna... And I don't want this to happen. Someone's gonna get into an accident, and the wheel's gonna jerk to one side, and it's gonna do what a race car does. It's gonna break somebody's wrists. But then again, Tesla usually... Not Tessa. Tessa's here. Tesla usually thinks of ways to get around that, so who knows. Why did you give it such a low score, Doug? I don't know. I just did. It's true. Alright. Got plenty of andesite. Let's head back and polish this stuff up. Geeson, I'm gonna head back. I'm going RTB.
Discovery, go and throttle.
Lulind, 72-month resub. 6 full years. What a ride. Thanks for being with me this whole time, man. It means a lot. The yoke is not optional, Dish. It's Knight Rider. Elon Musk is a Knight Rider fan. That's the reason. That's the reason that it happened. So Doug is the anti-IGN? Yeah, pretty much. That's why it's the Doug score. It's his score. I watch his video. I watch all of his videos, Forlorn. I disagree with some of his views on cars, but who cares? I'm pretty sure he doesn't give a frick what I think, so it doesn't really matter. There's no point in weighing in on it at all. There's no point in weighing in on saying that Doug's opinion is wrong because it's his opinion and he doesn't care what you think. EJ is never thankful that I'm around. He just calls me names. I've literally given you a compliment about you building the subway this stream. Where have you been? Where have you been, guy? I'm the guy that does his job. You must be the other guy. Imagine a cross between Doug and Mr. Regular. Oh, jeez. That's my brand. That isn't working in my head, Dish. It's not. That's not.
Discovery.
Brain do no good. What more do look like? Version tier 2, 57 months. Thanks, man. 50, dude. Some of these numbers are getting awfully high, and I'm not sure what that means. Like, I'm not sure what that means for the stream or for me, but I'm just really happy to have such a devoted fan base for long periods of time. Alright, Geeson. Yeah, Bram, it means you're getting old. Now, see, you're gonna go and say, "Why doesn't EJ compliment me?" And then you're gonna say that in the same breath. SMH my head, bro. Alright. Why is this here? This is useless. Alright. Strange random comment, but surprised they never bothered with Minecraft 2. I don't know. I think as long as it's still making you money, it doesn't matter. Like, pretty sure that that's what's going on. Cough, cough, CSGO. Oh, so the Bethesda philosophy. Got it. Yeah, Blue. I mean, you know where I stand on that. There's nothing wrong with making money. If people are going to still buy it, it's not your problem. But yeah, it is kind of interesting. I mean, I don't think is there much to improve on? Like, honest question. I don't think there is much. But that's just me. Right, Furs? I mean, talk about long-term project viability. It's unbelievable. Minecraft has been around for over a decade, easily. Like, that's pretty ridiculous, dude. Stop using Java. Well, they can't help it some Swedish guy made it in Java in his basement. You know? It's just me. Minecraft and RTX. That's Forlorn, that's ridiculous. I mean, I'm not saying that they shouldn't do it, but that's ridiculous. Can you believe that? People give Java too much flack. Yeah. Dude, I don't know that much about software. I know there's different things with software that, like, make one language harder than others, the way it's put together. Like, if you're making a building out of bricks or if you're making a building out of wood, one of those ways is easier than the other, right? But, yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's really application based, isn't it? Their current philosophy is long-term support for games. Look at Flight Sim, Halo. Yeah. Good call. Falcon 9 isn't profitable for SpaceX. Yeah, that's right, DV. I mean, it's not. There's no way that it is. Unless they make money off Starlink, and in which case, yeah, it absolutely is. But, also, oh, that freaking thing is back. Oh, he got stuck in a freaking cobweb. Damn. He mad. Oh, went too high. That just tells me that I need to dust this place off. Hey, buddy. Hey, IQ, what's going on? Careful, Peter might be mad at that. Well, he is invading my privacy, so that's his problem, not mine. Oh, hey, guy. He's back. Oh, he flew over the keyboard. Dude, he is on my computer monitor mount. Come on, man. Yeah, it's a wasp, checkered. Dude, he has cobweb. He's tangled up in a cobweb. But he managed to break the cobweb out. Yeah, that's definitely a wasp. Kill it with fire? I gotta go get the wasp repellent. Move this stuff out of the way. DV, not right now. Not now, man. Stay there. I'm not trying to kill you. Just stay there. I'm not gonna hurt you. I'm just gonna bash your freaking head in. Gotcha! Gotcha, fool! I got you, fool! We'll fall back to superior firepower. He said when you die on your deathbed, you will receive total consciousness. So he's got that going for him, which is nice. I like your pants. Thank you. They have space shuttles on them. I got some wasp repellent on my thermometer. Yeah, see, a thermometer. This smells like brake cleaner. Yeah, it's probably. That definitely smells like brake cleaner. Whistle, 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 buzz, buzz, buzz. Hey, relax. Just cleaning it up. Maybe not good to be inhaling that? What doesn't kill you makes you stronger. Your time for revenge is at hand. Willa, the ZF1. I mean, I'm not huffing it, dude. It's not a big deal. Just cleaning up all the repellent, dude. It's all over my desk. Okie dokie. Didn't fall down under there. Hold on. Oh no, that's just okay. Cool. We good. All right, back to work. He deserved it. Yeah, there was another one, man. That's not good. Yeah, Bandit. Was it you that was telling me about that yesterday? Someone was telling me about it. You think he'll buy Haas? Much better handling of the Wasp than what Lando did. Oh, I haven't heard that story, Rezel. What happened? So yeah, somebody was telling me that last night. Haas Andretti, Formula One team, because you know Gene needs cash because they look like a bunch of freaking wankers. Dude, it must be so legit to just throw cash around like that. Yeah, I'm thinking about buying a Formula One team. Thinking about buying the personal jet that suits my needs. He was streaming and basically screaming. Yeah. Yeah. Lando probably wasn't scared. I mean, the guy drives a car going 320 kph around a track constantly. I don't think he was scared. I think he was making it. Like, some streamers overhype their reactions, dude. And I'm not saying that Lando's doing that. It's probably just part of the fun. I mean, unless he was genuinely scared, in which case that's kind of funny. The wasps flying around in here, Rezel, they never really scared me. I just don't want to get stung on stream, dude. Like, I want to make live stream fails just as much as the next guy, but I do not want to make live stream fails for that reason, man. Oh my goodness, that would suck so hard. Oh yeah, I've been on live stream fails, dude. Yeah, many times. Actually, one of my most watched clips was the one that was on Livestream Fails, and I don't know why it was on Livestream Fails, but it was. But they definitely know who I am. When Elon was at GDC, and one of the guys asked him on the panel, like, "Oh, what kind of game would you want?" And Elon Musk was like, "I don't know if I should say." And then he talked about, like, basically what he was describing was VR intimate experiences. Yeah, I think that's my most viewed clip. I'm sitting here going, and then actually, you know what? This one's still funny. It's funny, but it's not funny for a good reason. My second most viewed clip is the Trump boat from DM2. Yeah, that was the second most viewed one. Yeah, most viewed before DMCA clearing. Don't get me started. Oop, that's a shulker box. That's not. Yeah, Jonas. Yeah, I know, right? Rezel, I still think it's funny. It's not funny for a good reason, but I still think it's funny. That would happen. That would happen in 2020. Like, no other... I don't think in any other year that's funny, but because it's 2020, that's freaking hilarious. Chat didn't find it funny at the time. Chat was seething pretty hard. It was, yeah. I thought it was hilarious. I'm like, that's not okay. Oh my goodness. The bee fell down behind my desk, or the wasp did. Now I'm like, oh boy. Are my feet gonna get stung? We needed to laugh more in 2020. Dude, that's why I knew people would remember it. It's really funny. I mean, people were gonna remember DM2 anyway, but that's, dude. It's so funny. Coming to sting them feetsies. Yeah, probably. I mean, if he's still alive. If he's not, then yeah, but I definitely pissed that guy. If he's still alive, he's definitely a little mad at me. Turn on foot cam? No, I'm good. He's gonna jab you with his last breath. I mean, wouldn't he do that anyway? Don't wasps... Are wasps the species of insect that can only sting once and then they die or something like that? Which one is the one that if they sting you, they die? Honeybees. Yeah, okay. So, yeah. Well, let's just hope he's dead then. I'm actually a little pissed off that one of them found their way back into the freaking apartment after I taped everything off. That means they're getting in through. They ain't getting in through the windows. Or maybe he did. I gotta go check the connections again. Maybe it rained so much. Ding! Version, I don't know why, but in my brain, that registered as like a zombie behind me, so I kind of jumped. So stupid. Thanks, man. Ding. Appreciate it. What's the floor plan of the building that you're making? Well, it's funny you should ask. I have it right here. We're building the SunTrust building in Richmond, Virginia. It's just a building that I thought looked cool. It has this little plaza section down here, and it's right here. We're building out the floors, and we figured out that on the 15th floor, they have two sets of elevators. There's the express elevators over here, and then there's the local elevators over there. The local elevators stop right here. So, from here up, it's just the express elevators. Wasps crawling around in my home would scare you. Yeah. Kind of like the building across from it more? Well, then build it. That one? Dude, yeah. That's... What building is that? I don't even know. That's a cool building, though. If you wanted to build it in the save, go ahead. Are the elevators going to be scaffolds? I don't know, Check. I haven't really figured out how we're going to do the elevators. I know you can... I mean, Can you make elevators with I'm sure someone's figured that out with sticky pistons or whatever. I think you're filling in the wrong side. No. Yeah, I am. Yeah, Limprod, we're gonna have to cut it down to size. Flying machines with honey blocks. Yeah. Sorry, man. Yeah, cut it down. Alright, well, yeah, the express elevators, I did it backwards. Wayside Stories, it's Sideways Stories from Wayside School. So, that's the 11th, 17th. Yeah, the express elevators are on the north side of the building, so that's towards the triangle piece. And the triangle piece is over here. But how would you, like, select the floor? You know what I mean? How would you do that? Like, if we had an elevator, you said you want to go to, like, the 15th floor, how would you... It's probably better to just put scaffolding in there, I suppose. Okay, wasn't expecting a wayside. The builder was really sorry. Tars, in those books, why was nobody confused when the guy started pile driving pilings like 50 feet into the ground to bedrock to build a one-story school? Don't you think, you know, he would have started construction and somebody would have said something? No, they let the contractor build the entire freaking... They let the contractor build the entire 30-story building? The entire 30-story building. Nobody batted an eye. No, that's a money laundering scheme. That's a money laundering scheme. Oh, yeah, sorry, I screwed up. Here, claim insurance on the school. No, money laundering scheme. Multiple building code violations. Nobody batted an eye? No, no. That's a money laundering scheme, I'm convinced. Yeah. We're talking about a children's book, about an elementary school, where they wanted to build a school with 30 classrooms, and the builder built a school with one classroom 30 stories tall per floor. Yep. It's money laundering. All right. Lunprod, I gotta take a break. I told Brimo I'd take her to Cadobe's. So I'm gonna go down a floor. And let's see. Actually, I'll go down to the bottom here. And... Ow! Watch that first step. It's a doozy, right? Yeah, see? You guys get it. It's a money laundering scheme. Never really thought of it until now. All right. Builder, I left your shulker box down here by the andesite. Oh yeah, Checker, the water elevators. Yeah, that's not a bad idea. We could use the water elevators. That could work. All right, guys. Bream and I are just gonna take a run to the store real quick. This is gonna look sick when it's done. Alright. Okay, so that's going to do it for the Minecraft.